Hi everyone, Luna Gamer Alex here, and this is YosUki and Games. And I'm alone in my game room. I live stream every single one of my gaming sessions since 2010, and I have been saving them to my YouTube channel. I do this to allow me to take a glimpse back at all of my gaming adventures, sort of a detailed observations of my life as a gamer. The session is starting now, and I thank you for watching. Alright, so I'm going to be playing Final Girl here on the Camp Happy Trails map with Hans the Butcher as the killer, and we're playing as Sheila as the Final Girl. I'm also using this app for the game so that I can track my gameplay data. It's the first time I'm using the app though. It seems very basic. Okay, so the starting event that we got for this is Death Wish, which is horrible. During the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer one space towards the killer. And the flavor text is saying, "I gotta get a better look, even if it kills me." So very appropriate. Hans terror level starts at 4. We're playing regular mode, so I have 6 for the time slot. The map configuration is the bonfire, so people are gathering at the fire pit here. There are 6 people gathering at the fire pit. There are 2 people adjacent to the fire pit, and then there's a couple here at Makeup Point. Jacob and Zachary are trying to hook up over there. Hans starts off right here at the northwestern side of the map, and then Sheila starts down here at the southeastern part of the map. So I guess because we got the bonfire, so we start with the Final Girl's action phase. We should, the closest person to Hans actually is this person over here, which is just like 2 spots away. Even though it shows that they're pretty close, like this couple over here, there's no the makeup point is not connected to these 2 areas, but usually the killer shouldn't worry about stuff like that, but I think they also have to follow the path. So so they're not that close to the killer. But anyway, I think the first thing that we should do here is attempt to save that person over there, because that person is the closest to the killer, and he's going to start moving towards the killer after the killer's action, which is the upkeep, is at the end of the turn. I'm just going to double check the killer's movement. The killer will always take the shortest path possible, including not moving at all if the target is in its space. It didn't say anything, so it says path. So, so they still have to follow a path. But anyway, there are 3 items that we know of. One, at the cabin, there's an aluminum bat, but the cabin is close to Hans. At the dock, which is closest to us, there are the mysterious pills that will decrease the horror level, and then there's a knife over at the utility shed. Like I said, the first thing I want to do here is trying to save this person here. I think should be our first order of business, unless we want to try doing a focus a couple of times and see if we can decrease the horror level even more, so that we can roll 3 dice instead of 2. Let me think about it. The problem with we just lose time if we fail to focus. I think we should try it. Yeah, I think we should try it because that will increase our chances of successfully getting the double successes. With everything else that we do. So I think that should be the first thing that I'm going to do. So we're gonna do a focus action. 1 success. So and then the other one can't be. If it's a 3 or 4, you can. I can sacrifice 2 cards to turn it into a success. But that means that I'm still able to reduce the horror level by 1, but at the cost of 1 time slot. Okay. I think I should continue to try and get this down. If it's possible for me to get to the green level here, that'd be great. So I think I'm going to do another focus. So let's do another focus and see what happens. Double success, please. Instead, we got double partial. So I can sacrifice everything that I have in my hand just to get the horror level to level 1. I can do that, but then I won't be able to move next turn unless we don't lose time. So I guess I can get sprint, but this guy's gonna move here already, and then we don't know what's gonna happen with the tarot card. I think it's not worth it. I think we should try walking towards him and see if we can drag him back. So I think I'm just gonna take the fail, the double fail. But if we double fail, we lose 2 time slots, which is not bad actually. Not that bad. Okay, so I still have 2 time slots, and I want to see if I can get to this person. So that requires me to get to do the walk action twice, and we do have 2 walk cards. So let's go ahead and do a walk action. 1 success. So move up by 1. And I can't fix the other one yet. So I'm gonna move here. I think at this point it's probably and so I can move 1 and then this goes down 1 more. Let me make sure. So first time we did focus, we got 1, and then we did this one, we moved down another 1. Oh no, it's supposed to be right here. Okay. Right? Oh no, because it's 2. 1, 2, and then 1. Okay, yeah. We still have 1 more. I mean, I can attempt to, and then we can get rid of weak attack and short rest. So that gives us 2 points, and then I can buy sprint. But that's the only action that I have on the next turn. Is that a good idea to just have that only? Or I can keep walk, get 2 more points, get rid of weak attack and short rest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna end, before I end the action, we actually have to sacrifice cards before we say the action phase has ended. So I'm going to get rid of short rest and weak attack. So I'm gonna get rid of those to get 2 points. And then now I'm going into the planning phase. So here I'm going to grab, so I have 4 points. Let's see, there's planning. There's Furious Strike. I mean, it's never a bad idea, I guess, to grab these attack if it's like the higher tier attack cards. But I think what I should do is grab what is this track is 3. I can still walk. I think I want sprint. Maybe sprint and search. Let's do sprint and search. So I'm gonna grab sprint for 2. 1, 2. And then let's grab search so we can potentially go to the dock and grab the mysterious pills. So I'm going to go ahead and grab search. Okay, so that's the end of the planning phase, and now the killer gets to move. Now with Hans here, when he activates, he doesn't even move. He just stays where he's at. But he's looking for either the final girl or just a victim, and he would, if you just happen to be in the same space as where he is right now, you're gonna get cut. But no one's there, so everything's cool. He's just waiting for someone to come over so he can stab him in the butt. Okay, because there's no boot icon here. It's just he's looking for a victim. It could be a final girl, it could be anybody, and he would do one attack, and that's it. No movement. Now, now we're gonna draw the tarot card. Let's see what happens. He just keeps coming. Oh no, now he's gonna move. Okay, so that mask means that the tarot level goes up. So now it goes to 4. Which is back to where we were at. And then he's looking for either the final girl or any victim. He moves once and then he attacks once. So the closest victim is this guy over here. So he's going to move 1, but there's nobody there, so nobody gets killed yet. So that's done. And we still have tarot cards left. Now we have to resolve the Death Wish event card. Let me just make sure that I didn't skip anything. There's no panic. Yeah, there's a panic phase actually, but after the killer moves. But nobody has died and nobody's in his space. So now we are going to look at any active event, and in this case we have Death Wish. So he heard some rummaging sounds from the adjacent area there, or maybe he smells bacon. So this person is going to move this way. Now if he stays there during Han's next activation, he's gonna die. So unless I'm able to go over there and grab him and then take him back this way, but I have a good feeling that this person is probably just gonna die. Probably just gonna die. Okay, so that's done. So that's turn number 1. So let me just update the app here. Turn number 1, nothing really happened. So let's go to turn 2. Now we have sprint. Now it's Sheila's turn again. We have sprint, so we should try and use that. So sprint and walk. We should try and use both to see if we can save this guy. So we're gonna use sprint first. Oh, and then all of these actually go back. After you, after the planning phase, you can send these back. You can move them into the bank here to be purchased during this turn. You just can't purchase the cards that you just used within that same turn. So we're gonna attempt to sprint. If we have 2 successes, we can move 3 spots. So that means 1, 2, 3. And then after that, we have to be successful using walk to see if we can get out of there. So let's see what's going to happen. If I'm so gung-ho, maybe I shouldn't. Why am I so gung-ho into saving this person? This person is probably gonna just die no matter what we do. Because the thing about this game that's interesting is everything you do has is risky, because it's all dependent on the luck of of the dice. You know, I mean, um, but you can increase the chances of you being successful by decreasing the horror level. But even then, you know, with 3 dice, there's always a risk that you're gonna fail. So luck of the dice, this game. You know, it doesn't matter what you do. Some cards actually, if you miss, nothing happens. But that's in the best case scenario. But most of these cards have a negative effect if you can't get a success roll. So let me just think about this. Is it worth trying to save this person? Because what happens if the next tarot card is like crazy, and then we're gonna get attacked, and then that person's gonna die anyway? Is it worth trying to save this person? I mean, it's always worth trying to save everybody, right? But this is like too risky. Um, if we're able to get double successes, I think I'm going to attempt it. If not, then we'll just go somewhere else. And we'll just figure something else. Um, let's do it. Let's do a sprint. Oh, shit. A maybe and a no. So I can sacrifice walk and search just to make it a success. And what would happen then is I can move up to 2 spaces. I still can't get to him. So what I'm going to do instead is instead I'm going to keep those 2 cards. I'm just going to go ahead and take the penalty. So I can move 1 space, lose 1 health, lose 2 time. Oh, and then this goes back to 6. After the planning phase, it goes back to 6. Take a damage, lose 2 turns, 2 time slots. Oh, and then the turn ends after that. That is fucked up. But then I can move 1 spot. Is there anything else that I can do during this turn? Not necessarily. I mean, I can use walk, but that will just take me to the dock or take me to this person. I will lose 2 time slots. Is it better to use those cards, or is it better to just take this, just move and then just end my turn now? And take 1 damage too. What does the mysterious pills? What did those pills? Let me see here. Mysterious pills. What did they do? Discard this during action phase and choose one of the following. Oh, reduce the horror level, or get 2 health points back. I like the reducing the horror level portion of that. But we're also trying to save as many people as possible so we can get her ultimate ability. If we get 6 people, if we can save 6 people, that's gonna help us, because the only way you can win this is if you kill the killer. That's the only way you can kill it. You can win this, and he has 12 HP. So, let me think. I think we should move and then just end the turn. Is what I'm thinking. But then the question is, do I want to move to the dock, or do I want to get to this person in front of me, adjacent area? I think I want the mysterious pills, so I'm going to move this way. So I'm going to move up to the dock, take 1 damage, and lose 2 time spots, and everything ended. The action ended. So that means I can't even. So if it suddenly ends like that, I can't even get rid of cards, huh? Because that could only happen. Check here. But I don't want to get rid of them anyway. I'm saving them for next time. But I just want to make sure. At any point before the action phase, at any point it says, so I guess technically you can say, before you resolve the whole thing, because it says at any point. You may discard as many action cards as you wish in exchange for +1 time. Gaining time in this way could, yeah. So you can still, if you know that your turn is ending, you can just get rid of those to get more time. All right, sweetheart, I just took you out. As soon as I started talking in here, it's crazy, YosUki. Okay, yeah, okay, and then I lost 2 points. Right? Did I No, this is my first action. I lost 2 points. Okay. All right, so now I have 4 points to spend in my planning phase. I have 4 points. Let's see what I can buy, and then I can grab all of these back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So we have 7 cards. Sweetheart, I just took you out. We just went out and all of that. Just because I'm talking in here doesn't mean that it's time for you to go out again. You are insane, girl. Do you really need to go pee pee? Do you really need to go pee pee? I don't even remember where I was at. Okay. I'm buying cards. All right. So I have 4 points. I can get distraction because I have so many different cards now too. I don't have sprint. Well, I'm going to do a search next turn. And then I'm going to just walk. Unless I want sprint. Maybe I should get close call. I have 4 points. I think distraction is important so we can see if we can get... I mean, 2 dice is, I shouldn't worry too much about trying to get this to 3 dice, but like it's gonna help anyway. Really? We just stepped out a minute ago. No thanks. See, every time I start talking in this room, she comes in here wanting to be taken out. It's I don't know what it is. It's crazy is what she is crazy. I mean, I love that dog, but I don't know what's going on with her. It's like every time she hears me talking, every time I start, I could be sitting in here for hours. Like in the morning when I manage a dialysis treatment downstairs, I would be in here like doing other things, not gaming, doing other things quietly. The moment I started streaming or recording and I started talking, all of a sudden she shows up wanting to go out. It is crazy. It's like she knows that I'm here. She knows that because I also walk around. I go to the bedroom and she sees me in the bedroom walking around. We're walking around the house. And she just stays in the bedroom. She's just laying on the bed. Unlike Yoshi, who likes to stay close to me. I mean, when we adopted Suki, she came from another family who she stayed with for 12 years until the family took her to the shelter. So I don't know what her deal was, before we got her. So she's an old dog. She's set in her ways, I'm sure. I can't convince her to stay with me in this room. I even set up like a little bed like I did with Yoshi. But when we got Yoshi was 2 years old, She's like 13 or something. So she's really old. Set in her ways. Can't convince her to like hang out with me. But yeah, she has this thing where I would be like doing all these things. If I'm not talking, I'm just walking around the house doing other things. She doesn't need to go out. But as soon as I started talking or I'm playing a game, because I know dogs can smell whatever, hormones, whatever. mood changes or whatever. I know they can sense that. All of a sudden, she needs to go out. It's like 99.9% of the time. Anyway, it's just so depending on the days, sometimes like if I haven't played, if I haven't like had any fun throughout the day, and then I just want to have a little fun because I had a long day. Here she comes, and I'm just like, can I just take a break? And it's not like I don't take her out. I take her out to go walk. She has her schedule in the morning where she would go pee and poop in the morning. So she has like set schedule. But there's this weird thing that she does in between whenever I started playing something or whenever I started talking in this room or recording. She would just come in here asking me to take her out. It's strange. But anyway, so please, please, just indulge me, I guess. All right. Let's see. Distraction is a good card. I think I should get Sprint though. We have another Sprint card. There's a Sprint card that we used last turn, last action. But there's another Sprint card here. If we do Sprint, then we can also get some other cards. We can. We have focus. We have 2 focus cards, so we don't need distraction, I think. But the cool thing about distraction is even if you fail, you can still reduce the horror level at the cost of time slots. We have walk. We have 4 points. Huh? Maybe we should also consider some of these defense or attack cards. Like retaliate is nice, but let me just think, because I'm definitely going to search next turn, right? I'm going and we're what second turn, okay. I'm definitely going to search next turn, but then what am I going to do after that? I'm going to try and get people out. I do need the sprint card. Well, we have 2 walk cards. Yes, we have 2 walk. Okay. Then maybe I should get retaliate so that we can start building up. Because eventually we really do need to fight Hans. So I'll take retaliate for 4. Okay. And you can only have 10 cards at a time. So I'll take retaliate for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that goes back to 6, and then sprint goes back to it becomes available again for next turn. Okay, now it is Hans' turn. That person is dead because when Hans activates, he doesn't move. He's looking for any victims in his area, and he's going to attack once. So this guy or gal, whoever it is dead. And then the that goes up by 1. His bloodlust goes up by 1. Oh, and then we the app has the what is it called? Gruesome death. So let's do a gruesome death. That is from just a general death, right? Yeah. So, well, is that considered? No, Death Wish doesn't have. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Death Wish has one. So that's just a regular death. So general. Okay. It was late, and Greg decided that he deserved a hot shower after a long day. How does he get a hot shower over there? I don't. This is just like random, just for fun. They just put it in here. But the one thing that I wish they would have done with the gruesome deaths, like, because sometimes the descriptors, like when you read them, it's like they have multiple people like involved in the gruesome deaths. Like someone else is there, like in the space, seeing the other person getting killed when you can see that there was only one person in that space. So I think that they should have had like when you select gruesome death, is it a single victim or is it multiple victims? I think they could have split it up like that. Okay, it was late and Greg decided he deserved a hot shower after a long day. He stood in the warm water, letting his mind go blank. I mean, there is like a little it's like there's like a little cabin over there. I guess that's where he's getting his shower. His thoughts were interrupted by the creaky bathhouse door swaying on its hinges. "Hello, hello," he said. He was answered by the sound of heavy boot steps and scraping of something metal dragging across the floor. He opened the shower curtain to reveal a stocky man in a pig mask. Greg's eyes widened as the sledgehammer swung straight for his head. A splash of red caked the sudsy shower tiles and pooled in the drain like the killing floor of a slaughterhouse. Okay, that's cute, I guess. All right. So he's dead, and then now we are going to do another tarot card here. And it is run for your life. Oh no. Let's see. If there are no victims on the board, you can discard. Okay, there's multiple victims still left. All victims that are not in your space must panic. What? Okay, if there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, all victims that are not in my when you say your space is in the final girl space, must panic. So we're gonna have them panic. I guess when the other person died, he must have screamed really loud, and then now everyone's panicked. So we have to roll a panic roll for every other victims on this map. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just roll 6 dice for that. We'll start with that spot. Okay. Okay. So 1, if it's a 1, and looks like the paths here is 5 to 6, 2 to 5. How does that work? 2 to 5 go this way. 6 goes that way. So one person actually decides to stay here. Okay, they're frozen in fear. So one person decides to stay there. There's a 5. So one person is going to run this way. And then there's a 6. So one person decides to run this way. It's closer to Hans there. And then there's a 4. 4 goes this way. Oh, this is good for us though, because now we can move over here and grab these guys. We can only take 2. I think only 2 victims with us at a time though, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we can only take up to 2 victims with us, so we can save 2. You know. Unless we're able to, we don't have a sprint. I was gonna say unless we're able to do a sprint with like 3 spaces, then we can do 1, 2, 3, and then grab the other 2. Okay, and then another one decides to stay at the same spot. So there are 2 people who are gonna get left behind, and then there's another one with a 6. So yeah, these 2 are gonna die. Okay, probably. All right, so now there was one person in here though, right? There was one person who was in here, so we have to that person also panics. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that person also panics. So because it says every other space that's not in our space, so that person who was here now actually runs towards the dock because 1, 2, 3 goes up here, which is good. So now we have one person actually with us. Okay, now those 2 are also going to panic. They didn't even get to suck each other's dick. So when they heard the scream, they panicked, and one person. Oh, they both decided to stay here because only 3 to 6 actually gets to go that way. So they both decided to just stay here. Wow. Okay. All right, let me make sure that I did this right. panicking. Where's the panic? I think I did now. And consult numbers in the space on the board. Move the victim one space in the indicated direction or leave them where they are if the number rule is not shown. Yeah. Numbers in their space on the board. Yeah. Okay. So those two decided to just stay there. They're like, we haven't done anything to each other. Might as well just stay here. We're going to die. Might as well die while we're having sex. So, all right. And then there's more. So after all victims that are not in my space, after they panicked, now Hans is going to look for either the final girl or any of the victims. If they just happen to be within his space, he's going to attack once. But thankfully no one's there. Okay? And then he's going to look for a victim who's not the final girl, and he's going to move towards that person once. So he moves for one spot. I mean, only one. You can only move one spot at a time. So, but he's not attacking though. He's just moving. So he's gonna move this way. So next turn, unless those two are going to leave that area, one person's going to die. Okay? All right. Because once he activates, he kills somebody in his space. Okay, so that's the second terror card. That was horrible. It's kind of fun though. All right. Now... Oh, and then another person's going to go to that space because we also have Death Wish to take care of. And since nobody dies in that space, no one's panicking again. So now we just have to resolve the upkeep. So perform any required upkeep indicated by events. Okay. So in this case, it's Death Wish. So even though I guess we can choose whether it's going to be these two or these two. We're going to choose those two. Okay, so it could be any one of these. Because I think when you have to choose, you can just choose any, right? It says, I think... there are two groups of victims that are equidistant to Hans. One group has two victims, while the other have three. The larger group is chosen as the target. So you always choose the larger group as the target. I believe. Let's see. So always have the killer choose the larger group. At least one victim was killed this turn, and victim is in the same space as the killer. Now, how does that work? Because we got the run for your life that caused everybody to panic, and it was during this turn that somebody died. So now these two are going to panic when they see him coming to... because now they share the space. So this is the panicking... No. because we just resolved that. We haven't resolved Death Wish, so this is the panicking phase, right? Yeah, this gets kind of crazy. Okay. But it says in the panic phase, let me just read that. We'll read that proper. Um, always target the closest option. If there's a tie between who is closest, choose the group that has the most victims. Okay, so that's the only rule when it comes to that. And then if it's still a tie, it refers to the game ambiguity guidance, which is kind of funny actually, because it says you can either rule of infinite evil, rule of abject realism, or rule of never-ending hilarity. So I like the rule of infinite evil. So whatever that's gonna fuck you up the most, just go with that. Um, but in this case, because we Hans completed this move, and then when do we get the tarot card? Is it after? So I guess that would be how we decide on how this is gonna go. So the panic phase is what? So killer phase is resolving. Oh, okay. So after the killer phase, you resolve the tarot cards. And then after that, it's the panic phase. So if that's since that's the case, and the requirement for killer panic phase, you must check to see if any of the victims panic. The final girl does not panic during a panic phase. The victim will panic if at least one victim was killed this turn. Where and how this occurred does not matter. And the victim is in the same space as the killer. So that means that okay, so they heard the scream, and then they all panic because of the tarot card, run for your life. So they were all running for their lives. So that's through the tarot card. Now that because the tarot card also involved Hans moving towards them, and they just happen to he just happens to move to the space that has two victims there. Then those two victims actually going to panic because somebody died during this turn, and they share the space. So thankfully they get spared unless they get a bad roll. So we'll see. So these two are gonna panic. One is able to go this way, and the other one is also able to escape, run this way, because 1 through 4 goes over here. So 4 of them are actually in this space here. Okay, that's interesting. So at least they're not gonna die next turn. But look at how close they are to the exit. But even if they move themselves to the exit, they can't leave unless you go there and save them, I believe. Let me just see here. If at any point the action phase you are on a green exit space, even if passing through, any victims that are in that space may be saved. Whether you brought them with you or they were already there. If you decide to save them, place them on the... Okay, yeah. So they can't just save themselves. You have to be there. Okay. Okay, now... Well, here's the funny thing. Now that that's over, Death Wish is going to trigger. So during the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer, one space towards it. Okay? And remember, we need to... It's actually the one with the largest group. I mean, even though I guess we'll just go with that. Because if Hans is going to... Which is kind of strange, because why would the killer go to the space? I think they did that as a rule so that if you're gonna draw like a really crazy tarot card that's going to involve murdering a bunch of people, then that, that can create the mayhem that they're looking for. Because if it goes towards like an area with less victims, then not as many people are going to be able to die from a horrible draw like that. So with this, we're gonna say that 4 people here, 2 people here. During the upkeep phase, move the victim closer to the victim 1 space towards it. Do not count victims scrolling in the same space as the killer. Okay, so we're gonna move one of these people that way. And that person is definitely gonna die. So when those two ran this way and said, I saw the killer, we panicked, so we ran this way. And then the other person saying, really? Is it real? I'm gonna check it out. You sure? So that person started going that way to check out the killer. Okay. And it's funny though, I used to think that people do stupid things in like horror movies, but after seeing a lot of stupid things that happen in the world, I believe it. People just do stupid things. It's just the way of the world. Some people are really dumb. And yeah, people do stupid things. Okay. So that's done. So now everything's done with killer's turn. Okay, so let me see here. Only 1 person died though. And then we moved that up. Okay. So now it is turn number 3. Now Sheila gets to... what we can do is we can move this way. And then grab 2. And then take them to the exit. I think that's what I'm going to do. But since we're here, we should go ahead and attempt to grab the mysterious pills. Or search for it. We do have a search card. So let me go ahead and use it. If you get a double success, you actually get to see what the next item is too, and you can choose which one you want. So let's see what happens. One is a maybe, the other one is a fail. So I think I'm going to sacrifice 2 cards to turn the maybe into a yes. And then I'm going to take the top card. So which one? We're going to go ahead and use weak attack and short rest. She only has lost 1 HP so far. So I think I'm going to use weak attack and short rest. We're going to sacrifice those 2 cards to turn this into a success. So that means that I am able to get the item. So we got the mysterious pills. And you don't have to hold on to this to be able to use it. We're going to put it in the backpack. Okay, we can discard this during the action phase and choose from the following. We can either gain 2 health, or we can reduce the terror, the horror. I think terror is the other game that they have, Van Ryder game. What was it? Hostage Negotiators. I think terror, the terror level. Here's the horror level. I think I'm going to use it immediately. So let's use this immediately. And there's no discard area for items. So we're going to use that immediately to reduce the horror level by 1. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk. Should we focus first? I think we should focus first. Oh, and did I... you also lose 1 time slot for doing the search. Okay. And let's do focus first and see if we can reduce that further. Okay. So I'm going to do a focus. Because if we can get to roll 3 dice, that'd be great. Double failure. Double failure. I just lose 2 time slots. Do I dare to try it again? Focus. Yes, I do dare to try it again. Let's do another focus. Please. One success. So at least we get to reduce it by one more. And then I lose one time slot. Okay. So now I'm going to do a walk. Okay. So I'm going to use the walk action. And I'm still rolling 2 dice instead of 3. It would have been great if we could have moved that all the way down, but you know. One success, one maybe. Now, retaliate is too good of a card for us to sacrifice. So I think we're just gonna go with the one space, moving one space. And what we're gonna do is now we're going to actually just go ahead and save this guy. So I'm going to move to here and bring him along with me, and I'm going to save him. So he gets to exit. Now I get to choose, oh look at this, I get to choose the reward that I want. And I'm going to go ahead and just choose reduction in horror level. So now, next time I roll, unless something happens during his turn, I get to roll 3 dice. So that's great. Okay, so I don't want to sacrifice any of my cards, so we're going to keep the 2 that we have. Now it's a planning phase, so I get to choose. I only have 2 points, so let's get maybe we should get a couple of close calls. Well, Hans is pretty close to us too. We can also get guard, but I think I have walk and retaliate. If I'm able to get double success for walk, then I can move 2 spaces. So that means I can go here, grab 2, and then come back in and save 2 more. So I think, but then maybe we should get sprint. That way it gives us multiple opportunities to move next turn. I think, okay, you know what? We're going to grab sprint. So I'm going to grab sprint, and that's it. Now this goes back to 6, and this goes back to their appropriate pile. So search is over there. Okay. All right. Okay, so now it is Hans' turn. Remember, when he activates, he doesn't move. He kills somebody in his space. So this guy who wanted to go check out, the killer, because the 2 panicked and went this way and said, we saw the killer. And then it was like, really? Really? I want to see. So he went that way and he got killed. So so Hans going to go ahead and kill that person. Let's do a gruesome death. This is still round 3, right? Yeah, because we only drew 2 tarot cards. So round 3, that person's gonna die. So we're gonna say +1 dead. It's a general death. Okay. They were talking about their favorite slasher movies on the porch of the cabin. See, I mean, it's like you just let us choose whether it's singular victim or multiple victims. Or singular victim, the victim is alone in this space or not alone in this space. But this is just for fun, I guess. They were talking about their favorite slasher movies on the porch of the cabin, and Jane couldn't handle it anymore. She didn't like feeling scared. But that's why you making up your story is actually more fun than these gruesome deaths, because sometimes they just don't make any sense when compared to what you're playing, And Jane couldn't handle it anymore. But we'll just do this just because, just to check out what they came up with. She didn't like feeling scared, and also thought slasher movies were too gross. She went down to the lake shore and skipped rocks to pass the time. There was someone else down there too, standing just out of sight. So I guess we can pretend that she was the one who wanted to check out the killer, because the other 2 said, who is this person in the mask? So she skipped another rock and watched it plop after a few skips. She looked over at her unknown friend and found him standing next to her, garnished in a terrifying pig mask. She screamed and cried for help, but her scream stopped the moment the man's sledgehammer made contact with her chest. A meaty crunch resounded across the lake as the force of the sledgehammer threw her body into the calm waters, never to resurface. That's kind of funny. And I think what they should have done also is maybe not don't specify, like don't go into the nitty gritty and made it too specific. Just describe how the person died. I think they should have just stayed with that. Just have us choose whether it's a single victim or multiple victims, and then just a description of how they died. I think that would have been better. I believe. But anyway. Okay, so this person is dead. And oh shit. We didn't even get to enjoy the three dice, because now this is gonna move up again, and the horror level moves up by one. Nasty. Okay, and now we get to draw the tarot card, and it says Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. Oh, now he's looking for the final girl. Since he's very specific about wanting to kill the final girl, he's not going to damage. It's very specific. You can see there. It's just the final girl. He gets to move 2 spaces and attack once. So so he's gonna ignore these guys. Okay, he's gonna move 2 spaces. Each movement is just 1 space. So, oh my God, he was able to get to her. 1, 2, and then now he's going to attack, and his attack damages 2. We have retaliate. I think we should use retaliate. Okay. So the flavor texter says, "I'm not scared anymore. Next time it attacks, I'll be ready. I'm going to kill that godforsaken thing." Okay. So with retaliate, if it's a double success, we ignore all attacks, and then we get to attack them for 2. If it's a single success, we reduce the attack damage by 2, so we don't get damage, and then we get to attack him by 1. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to go ahead and use retaliate. Now, since we're using this now, this is not even going to be available again until the next time we do a planning, I believe. Purchase card that were played or discarded since the last planning phase or beginning of the game. Yeah, since the last planning phase. So since we use this since the last, yeah, so we can't get this again until the next planning phase, until the end of the next planning phase. All right, let's see. It would have been nice if we were able to use 3 dice, but a maybe and a no. If I turn the maybe into a yes, I will get damage the next time he activates, because he's in my space. This is fucked up. This game is gonna end very soon. Okay, well I have to keep those cards. So she's gonna get damage with 2. Okay. All right. She got 3 HP left. All right. And then now, panic. Somebody died, but Hans is not in the space with other victims. We don't panic. We just get hunted, but we don't panic apparently. So now we're gonna activate Death Wish. Okay, so they saw Hans went this way, ignoring them completely and going towards Sheila. So one of them got really curious and said, "Wow, I think the problem is not us. He's just looking for Sheila. He just wants to kill Sheila. I'm gonna go check it out." So that person had a Death Wish, of course. So one person is gonna go this way I think when there's a victim and the final girl, I think the killer will attack the victim first, correct? Let me see. Unless it specifies that it only wants the final girl. But here it says it could be any. But when it could be any, I think it just attacks the victim first. Each attack will have one target, either a victim or a final girl. The killer will always attack victims in their space before the final girl, unless the final girl is specifically indicated as the target. Okay, so this person is going to die first. At least we're not going to get damaged. So at least we know that. Okay, so now everything's done. And we're going to round 4. Turn 4. Okay, oh, and then I need to make sure that this... I think previous turn I lost 1 HP, and then during turn 3 I lost 2 HP, and then turn 4. Right? This is turn 4? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna sprint. Oh, no. We have, before he activates, let's save this guy. This person is with the final girl, and there's an exit, and that doesn't cost us any action or anything. So we're gonna be able to save this person. So this person actually, the curiosity, the death wish turned into something positive. So we're able to save this person because we're in the exit. So when this person came over and Sheila said, "No, you go that way," so this person was able to be saved. Now what we're gonna do with this person is we're going to go ahead and heal Sheila for 2. Okay, that's what I'm going to choose. Alright. So now, let's use sprint and see if we can get as far away as possible from Hans. But the good thing about Hans is, like I said, when he activates, because of this card that I drew for him, he only stands there, and whoever's within the vicinity is who he's going to attack. So, but let's do a sprint. Let's see what we can do. If we can trigger the double successes, then what we can do is 1, 2, drop them off, and then 3 go this way. So yeah, let's see what happens. Ooh, 1 success. Okay, so that means I can move up 2 spaces. So I can still walk away from him. So what I'm going to do is go over here, grab these 2. Oh no, the problem is they will not follow you if Hans is in that space. So what I'm going to do is actually just move them away from, because there's another exit here. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to move here 1, 2 spaces, right? And then 2. So we're going to move them here. So 2 spaces, and then I lose 1 time. Okay. And now we're going to do a walk. One success. So I get to move 1 more spot. So, and we're going to bring them along with us. So I'm 1 spot away from saving these 2. This is good. Okay. I'm out of cards, so and I lose 1 time. Okay. I'm out of cards, so this is a planning phase. Let's see what we can buy from with 4 time slots. Let me just take care of this real quick. My tablet. And display. Screensaver. How do you 5 minutes? It didn't seem like it's 5 minutes before it starts dimming, but okay. what should we get? I think we should get sprint, so that way we can move again. Yeah, because if not, we're not going to be able to. Oh well, but we're getting all of these back. So these are available now. So we have. Let's grab all of them. So we can get 5 more cards, and we have 4 points. Let's do. We have focus, so I don't need distraction. I have. Maybe I should get Furious Strike. We're kind of far away from him. I feel kind of safe. Let's get Furious Strike for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's all done. Goes back to 6. And then now it is Han's turn. Okay, so he activates. There's no one in his space, so he doesn't get to do anything. He just stands there looking for a victim, but there's nobody there. Okay. And then now we're gonna draw the 4th tarot card. There are 10 tarot cards, and after that he's going to go into his epic mode, and that's where things get crazy, and then the game should end soon after that. Alright. Okay, so we got Dark Feast. So horror level goes up by 1. And then it says, for every victim that is dead, Hans recovers. But he still has all of his HP. So he would have recovered 2 HP. So here nothing happens, which is great. Okay, nobody died this turn. Nobody panicked. So now we have to... Death Wish is still in effect. So the 2 that were left behind who decided to stay in the fire pit now getting kind of antsy. So one decided to, say, okay, why don't you stay here? I'm going to check to see what's going on. I heard noises from over there. I think that's Sheila and our friend. So I'm going to go check it out. So this person goes over here. That's from the Death Wish effect. Okay, so now that's done. That was kind of uneventful for the killer's turn. So now it is back to Sheila's turn. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, because there's no panic, and then there's the event. Okay. And you don't draw new events until something triggers it. So Sheila's turn. Now she's going to let's do a focus. And the reason why I want to do that is to see if we can further reduce the horror level, so we can see if we can get 3 dice, because I think that's always important. So let me go ahead and do that first. So we're going to do focus first. Oh, and then these are all back. I forgot to move them back to where they need to go. So this is 0. You're supposed to put this back in here after you finish your planning, the previous planning. After you finish your planning phase. So this one, retaliate over here. Okay. Yeah, let's do focus. 1 success. So we're still able to reduce this by 1, but it costs us 1 time slot. And we're going to do another focus. Let's see if we can get the 3 dice. So another focus here. Shit. Okay, I can sacrifice 2 cards and what are we going to sacrifice though? Short rest and weak attack, I think. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice weak attack and short rest to make it a success. To make this one a success. So that means it first goes further down, but it costs us 1 time. Okay. And then now I'm going to do a walk, but with 3 dice. Okay. One success. I can move up to 1 space, and then I lose 1 time. Okay. So, but I'm able to move these guys to the other exit, and we're able to save 2 more. So now I'm going to select Oh, I'm going to select pick improvise. So, which is this one. I get this for free, so saving that person. And then the other one, I'm going to select uh, two time, getting two time currency. So 1, 2. So now I have 5. Okay. So oh, I can keep going if I want to. What does improvise do? No, that doesn't. That only enhances your future roll. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there for the action. So now we're going to go to the planning phase. We have 5 points to spend. So I should get, not long rest. I really want critical blow. Maybe we should get retaliate again. So that's 4 points. And then what's, don't get too greedy. Oh, and then walk is, oh, that's free. Oh, we get walk again. That's free. That's available again. Maybe I should get close call. Maybe I should get. Do I want sprint? I think I do want sprint. We can get long rest, looks like, for saving some more people. And that's a really expensive card too. It's 5. Maybe I should get sprint for 2. 1, 2. Should I get another sprint? I have 3 more points to spend. Maybe we should do guard and then close call. Or maybe we should get another sprint. You know what? I'll get another sprint. So 2. I have 1 more, and then I'm going to spend it on close call. And that's it. And this goes back to here. We get a lot of... Oh, they're all 0 points. So next planning stage, I can get those back. Okay. So that's done. Oops, and I save. Oh, I keep forgetting to add the people that I saved. I saved 2 this round. I think I saved 1 last turn, and then 1. Oops. Oh, hold on. Oh, it doesn't matter. I thought it was like turn specific that you enter these. Okay, no. It's just helping us to keep track. Okay. And this is what? This is 1, 2, 3. This is a 5th turn. Okay, so I saved 4 people so far. 2 people died. I saved 4 people. Oh, and I also got my 2 HP back. I forgot to add that back in here. Okay, so this is just a visual help you get organized, I guess, on top of what you have here. Okay, so that's done. So now it's Han's turn to activate. He activates in this space. Nobody's there for him to kill. You know, this guy is getting close. Next Death Wishes, he's going to go to that space. But now we're going to draw a tarot card and see what happens. I fell asleep. What did I miss? Place 1 new victim at the cabins. So let's do that. So somebody's been sleeping and then they just woke up. We totally forgot about Jedediah here. He just woke up. It's like, oh, where's everybody? So there's a new victim. We just woke up here at the cabins. And then after that, it's not over yet. So after the new victim shows up, the horror level goes up by 2. So 1, 2. I'm gonna miss the 3 dice. Okay, this is a 5th turn. Alright, so that's done. Nobody panicked because nobody died this turn. Hi Ollie, how's it going? And now we're going to activate Death Wish. So this guy is still curious, still thinking that we're over here. So now he's going to go over to Han's space, check out what's going on over there, where he's going to die next turn. Because there's no way I can save that person. Well, I guess technically, if I'm able to do sprint 1, 2, 3, if I can do sprint and then walk, a sprint, I have 2 sprints, so I can do double sprints and then see if I can save them. It's possible. We can't bring this guy over with us though, because he's not going to be able to go into the space where Hans is. So we might as well just leave him where he's at. Okay, so that's turn number 5. Now we go to turn number 6. Oh, and then there's additional victim. 5 people now on the map. Okay, turn 6. All right. So I think we're going to do a double sprint. Do we have focus? No, we don't. We have improvise. Let me see what that does. Improvise. Until this action phase ends, all 3s and 4s are successes. For the next horror roll only, all 3s and 4s are successes. What do they mean by the next horror roll? Horror roll is just what they call rolling whenever you need to roll. So just saying next one instead of like throughout the whole phase. Okay. I guess that could help. Might as well use it, right? Let's go ahead and try it. We're gonna do improvise. You never know. 1 success. We can make it a double success, but I want to keep those other cards. Oh, we can use a close call. Play after any horror roll to reroll 1 die or reroll all for 2 time slot. No, we're just going to reroll 1 and see if we can get a success. No, we can't. What a shame. Okay. So 1 success, so that means that the next horror roll, all 3s and 4s are successes. It should help us still. So now we're going to do a sprint. Did we lose time? No, we didn't lose time with that. Okay. Now we're going to do a sprint. 1 success. Fuck this game. Okay, move up. Oh, no, right here. Move up 2 spaces. Okay, so I guess we can just say that this guy's definitely going to die, and there's nothing we can do about him. We can still try and save this person. So I'm going to go ahead and move 2 spaces here. 1, 2, and we lose 1 time. Yep. Okay. Oh, this is supposed to be back here, so 1. And then the previous cards, they don't have any, no time slots being used. Okay. Now we're going to use sprint again to see if we can just get this guy all the way out. So I'm going to use sprint again. Now the effect of improvise is gone because it only says for the next horror roll only. So that has come and gone. So now we're going to 1 success, 1 maybe partial. We have a walk and a furious strike. I have to keep those. So that means that I can move 2 spots and then lose 1 time slot. So 1 and then 2, and then take them over this way, and then I lose 1 time slot. I can't sacrifice any of those cards to gain more time, so I'm just going to end my the final girl's turn here, action turn, and now she goes into the planning stage. Okay, we have 4 points to spend. I think I should get retaliate. Oh, and then I get all of these back because they're available now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 cards now. So I have another walk. I got 2 focus, which is nice. A weak attack and a short rest. And then I think I want retaliate. Let's grab retaliate. Okay. And then now this goes back here. Split goes back here. Improvise. Oops. Close call. Alright, so now it is Han's turn. He activates, and when he activates, he kills whoever within his vicinity, or he attacks whoever in his vicinity, and then it's going to be this person is dead. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is turn 6. Okay. So another person dead. So this is going to go up. Another one. Another bloodlust level. And let's check out the gruesome death. Simon volunteered to get more firewood. See, I mean, these gruesome deaths, they don't make any sense. Just describe how they died. That's all we need. He trampled, but I'm going to read the whole thing. He trampled through the underbrush, searching for dry tinder. Finally found some in a dark patch of wood, far from the camp. As he stacked the wood in his arms, he noticed a figure approaching him. The figure was moving fast, and soon he could make out the defined ridges of a steel pig mask. He stepped backwards in a panic and tripped, falling onto his back, dropping the wood. Before he could get up, the pig man was on him now and wielding a sledgehammer. He lifted the sledgehammer over his head with grace, landing the hammer on Simon's chest, crushing it into the ground in a spray of viscera. Okay. Yeah, I think the story that you make along the way is more interesting than the what's it called, the gore lore, whatever they call this thing. Okay, a gruesome death. Okay, so now we activate a tarot card. Fire. Okay, this is interesting. Roll a die to determine which space bursts into flames. Are you serious? Okay, so number two is the cabins. Okay, so the cabin's in flames. Is there like a thing that you place over there to show that it's in flames? Well, let's read the rest of this. All victims in that space are killed. Discard all item cards from that space. If you or an enemy are there, you each lose 1 HP. Oh no, we lose all the items from the cabins? Wow. Okay, so now we lost all of these. Okay. That person who just woke up is dead too. He's in the cabin. So that person who just woke up, Zachariah, was that? He's dead now. And then this goes up one more. Now his attack goes to 3, and then the horror level goes up by 1. That's fucked up. How did that fire happen? Who knows? Was there like a little I don't think there's like a little icon that indicates that there's a fire, right? I don't think. No, those icons are for other things, for other events, I guess. Okay. So there was a fire, and Zechariah died after just. He woke up, but he didn't make it. He wasn't fast enough to get out of the cabins, apparently, and all the items from the cabins are gone. Okay. So now that's done. Nobody panicked because even though one person died, Hans is still just hanging around near the entrance here, waiting for people to come. And then, but now the death wish happens again. The problem with this death wish is now this person, this really stubborn motherfucker, he's like, I guess that would be his boyfriend or whatever, his girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. He said, oh no, I know you're trying to save me, but Ingrid went that way, so I need to check to make sure she's okay. So he's gonna move this way. That's messed up. That is messed up. Death wish is really messed up. Because during the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer 1 space towards it. That is so fucked up. Okay. Yeah, if you draw a death wish, get ready for this kind of craziness. Okay, so that's all done. Oh, we need to well, we know how this person died in a fire, so do I need to read the gruesome death? No. We'll skip the gruesome death this time around. Oh, events. That would be under terror. And what's the name of that? I fell asleep. Uh, where is it? Fire. Oh, fire at the cabin. Let's read that. So this is how Zechariah died. Let's see. Noxious fumes filled. So they have specific. The cool thing about the gruesome deaths is the specific ones that you got from the tarot cards. So that one's cool, but the general are just all over the place. Noxious fumes filled the nostrils of the campers and woke them, rubbing the sleep from their eyes. They turned their lanterns on. There's only one person there, though. See, I mean, even anyway, because yeah, I mean that's why you're supposed to choose whether it's a single victim or multiple victims. Illuminated the room when they turned their lanterns on. They saw shining pools of what smelled like gasoline covering the floor of the cabin. I guess I'll just change this up. Zechariah began to stir, hoping this wasn't what they thought it was. The moment Zechariah's feet touched the slick floor, someone opened the door. But there's nobody else there. The door swung open because of the wind. A match was lit in the doorway, illuminating a mask shaped like a pig, but he's over here. The figure tossed the match in, engulfing the campus in brilliant orange flame. Yeah, this is funny. I mean, what they should have done with this tarot card was teleport Hans to that spot. You know? Oh no, where was the fire thing? Oh, right here. They should have teleport Hans to that spot. So wherever the fire happened, Han's supposed to teleport over there. I think maybe they forgot. Who knows? All right. So that's done. Okay. So where are we? Okay. We just did the fire thing. Oh, and then Death Wish. So now it's back to Sheila's turn. How many more of these do we have? I think now it's turn 7, so we have 3 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more tarot cards, and then his epic whatever is gonna activate. Okay. We have a lot of cards. Let's see if we can save this person. We have 2 walks. We have focus. Let's do the 2 focus first and see if we can get the horror level down. So, and this goes back to 6. So let me just go ahead and do the focus. 1 success, 1 maybe. That's good enough for me. Goes down 1, goes down 1. Okay, we're gonna do another one. One maybe, 1 no. What can we sacrifice? I can sacrifice weak attack again and short rest. So I'm gonna sacrifice these 2 cards to turn the maybe into a yes, and then we get to lower this 1 more. But we also lose 1 time slot. Okay, now we're gonna do we're gonna walk. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy. Save that guy. That's a big no. Double failure, unless I want to. No, I don't want to lose any more cards. Double failure. I can still move up 1 spot. This is gonna be bad. I mean, this person is really stubborn because every round now, this person's always gonna move towards Hans, unless we have a sprint. And even when we have a sprint, unless we're able to get him to the exit, he's always going to move towards Hans. This person is very stubborn, trying to find that that girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, because of Death Wish. So I don't think this person's worth saving. We have to just let them go. So what should I do? Just lose the time, or should I still move away? I think I want to move and then just lose 1 health. So I'm gonna go ahead and move away from him. We're just gonna let him go because he's too stubborn. We're gonna try and save these guys instead. Is there any? Yeah, and there's an exit there too. Oh, but to get to these guys though, it's easier to go this way. So I'm gonna go to him. We lose 1 health and lose 2 time slots. Okay. I still have another walk. Do I want to potentially lose more time? Well, not potentially. I'm definitely going to lose more time. I want sprint next. I have retaliate and furious strike. You know what? I'm going to use walk because I'm going to see if I can just keep going that way. If I can move two slots, that would be great. Yeah, let's do that. We have to do it. One success. So only 1 slot, and then I lose 1 time. So I'm gonna move to the docks now, and I lose 1 time. So I only have 1 currency, 1 time currency during planning phase. So now I'm in my planning phase. I don't want to sacrifice those cards. So the only card I can afford is close call. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. And it goes back to 6, and then I can put all of these back in here. Oh wow, I was just using all of the 0 cost cards. Okay, so now it's Han's turn. He activates, he doesn't move, he just waits to kill somebody. Nothing happens. So now he's going to, we're going to draw the tarot card and see what happens. Unholy Rage. It's a minor dark power. So Hans does additional damage for each attack. And what is that? He recovers 2 health? Is that what that means? Let me see. I think that's what it means. He recovers 2 health. Yep. But he's still in full. He still has all of his health. So it's not like he's injured or anything. But now he damages for an extra. He does additional damage for each attack. So, okay. All right, so that's done. Nobody panicked because nobody died, and no one's over at Han's spot. And then now Death Wish is going to trigger again. Like I said, this guy's really, really stubborn, so he really wants to check out what's going on over there because his friend, whom he was hiding with over at the fire pit, actually went that way. So he went to check out where that person went. And he's gonna die next turn. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something I can do about it. Oh no, I can't even move. I can't even move next turn. That is fucked up. Because if I had walked, I could have walked this way and then save him while he's in there before he gets killed by Han. So that's my fault. I didn't have enough foresight. So yeah, sorry, but you were being stubborn. You know, I did try to help you. Okay, so that's all done. So now it is back to the final girl's turn. So this is turn number 8 because we only have 2 left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. No, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Where's the? Did we do the terror? Yeah, we did. Where did the card go? Oh, Unholy Rage. Yeah, 7. So now it's at my 8. I was like, what happened to the card? Am I counting this correctly? Okay, so I only have 3 cards. I can't move. I don't have a search card. Well, the only, I guess we'll see if Han's gonna move up, and maybe we can use retaliate. Yeah. And then can I use Furious Strike? when I use retaliate, how does that work? The weapon enhancement or whatever while you're attacking. Uh, let's see here, planning phase. When the attack icon is present, that's for the killer. Attacking a victim. What about when attacking, you must be in the same space as the killer unless you have an item or ability that allows you to attack from range. If you have a weapon, item, ability that modifies damage, and the result action can produce one or more damage, modify the damage accordingly. Page 25. No, that's a, what is that called? That's a retaliatory reaction card. The blue card's a reaction. That one's reaction. What's Furious Strike is an attack card. Okay. That's range. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess we're just waiting for him to come and fuck us up because there's nothing else I can do. But the good thing here is I have 6 points to spend, and I think I'm gonna use critical. I'm gonna buy critical blow with no because yeah, because now I have walk and everything else. You know what? That's fine. But I should be sprinting because, and then someone's still gonna wander off because of Death Wish. This is Death Wish is horrible. Okay. Um, so I'm going to buy 2 sprints. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Is this 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm not going to take short rest. I'm not going to take weak attack. I'm just going to take 2 walks and 2 focus. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I still have 2 more points. And then I will... there's a knife over it. And then I'll grab a search. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4... And then I'm going to grab a search for the remainder of the 2 points. And then it goes back up here. Alright. And then now Hans gets to activate. He's going to kill this guy who's in his space. Now he gets a dark power. Great. Let me just update this. And this is round number 9, I believe. Turn number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're still turn 8. Because we have 2 more here, right? 3 more? How do I get 3 more? Hold on. Did I accidentally put too many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we have 3 more. So why am I in turn... Hold on. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Did I overplay my turn? Did I play twice? I don't think I did. I guess I can check. No, all good, because now I have to get the tarot card. That's right. Okay, we're all good. This is turn number 8, because we're going to get the 8th card. Because that is actually from, now before we draw that, that is actually from moving the, what's it called? Fury, Bloodlust up. And now we're going to reveal his dark power. And it is dark obsession. So whenever Hans attacks you at least once, he attacks an additional time. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, we're definitely gonna die. We're not gonna win this. Okay. And then now we reveal the tarot card. He's already doing 3 damage. He has additional damage on top of that. Now he attacks twice whenever he attacks you at least once. So he attacks additional time if he attacks you at least once. Okay. What does that mean? Whenever attacks you at least once. Okay. You would think that he would attack at least once. So he just gets an additional damage, additional attack. And then that additional attack has additional damage. Okay. He just keeps coming. Yeah, we're gonna die. Oh yeah, so this is gonna kill us. He just keeps coming. I think he's gonna kill us. So he's gonna go towards the final girl, 1 movement, and then he attacks once. So that means, but because he has dark obsession, he's gonna attack twice. So he's gonna move up here, and he's going to attack Sheila. So remember, he's attacking twice, and he gets additional damage. Each attack is going to be 4 damage, okay? And he's attacking twice, because if he attacks once, then he attacks again. And whenever he attacks, he gets additional damage. So that's potentially 6 damage here towards Sheila, which could definitely kill her. But we do have retaliate. Okay, so I'm going to use retaliate. And I can only use that on the first attack. So I might not, I can't, I don't think I can survive this because I only have 4 HP left. But we'll see what that does. The last HP there, if we have any bonus HP behind that. Let me just check this real quick. Defending. Have blue background, a co-reaction card. They can only be played in reaction to an attack. If you had one of these in your card in your attack, you can play and make a horror roll. Depending on the result, you may cancel or reduce the damage. If using a retaliate reaction card, you might even be able to inflict damage. You can modify the retaliate reaction with a weapon to even do more damage. Each reaction card only defends against a single attack, but you may use multiple reaction cards one at a time against the same attack if you wish. If the killer makes multiple attacks, he must have separate reaction card for you to use to defend. Yeah, there's no way we can survive this. You can never use reaction card to defend against a lost health icon. Okay, but we're still gonna go ahead and play it. Let's see if we can survive the first attack of 3 damage. Okay, so it's only 4 damage. 4 plus 1, 4 damage. Okay, so we roll 2 dice. Let's see what happens. 6 and a maybe. I can use a close call to reroll 1. So I'm going to reroll this. I shouldn't have rerolled it. I should have just activated. I should have just sacrificed a card, but I don't know what I was thinking. I don't think I can survive this anyway, but so that means that I can reduce the damage by 2 and then I damage him by 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So he damages us for, he does 4 damage because it's 3 plus 1. So 4 damage, and we reduce 2. So now we have it 2 HP, and we attack him for 1 damage. Okay. Alright, now, because of his dark obsession, whenever Hans attacks you at least once, he attacks an additional time. So now he's going to do another 4 damage because of Unholy Rage, which is his minor dark power. So that's 4 damage I have to mitigate. I only have 2 HP left, so, and I don't have any more reaction card. I should have grabbed some guards. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce that, and then let's see what happens here. We're going to turn it around. Blank. So we didn't get any second chances. So she died. She died here. Game over. That was fun though. It's really fun. Final Girl is really fun, but nasty, really nasty. What timing actually? Unholy Rage. What timing? Okay, well, let me just update the app here. He killed 5 people. How did the other one died from a general death too because he was standing over there? Let's just read another one. Oh, I already read this one. Yeah, with the pulling of the lungs. Didn't I read this one already? What about Death of the Final Girl? Is there anything for that? Oh, and I'll reduce this to, oh, I lost. Is this really the end? Yes, I lost. So I'm just gonna register this as a loss. Round 8, I lost during round 8. So, hold to confirm. 2 possible achievements have been detected. Check now. Okay, so I got 2 achievements. Save both your boyfriend and girlfriend in a single game. Nobody became my girlfriend or boyfriend because I know I saw that in the rule book, but I think that's an event thing. So that's a no. Save the dam in the game. What does that mean? Save the dam. I guess none. I'm not gonna claim those because I don't know what they mean. Save the damned in the game. What does that mean? Yeah, I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna skip it. So there's got to be some kind of event thing. So I'm not gonna claim it. Only if I'm really sure, I will claim it. App only has partial information for that achievement. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm not gonna claim those. But anyway, end game. Yeah, that was fun. And the app is only here to save your records actually of all your gameplay information. And then to provide like because I don't have the book for the gruesome death, so it provides that through the app. But so far, actually, the gruesome death thing has been kind of disappointing because it's all over the place. Not specific enough for the situation. It's a lot more fun for you to make up the story while you play the game because everything makes more sense. But yeah, that was fun. I might play this again later tonight on that. And this game is easy to just sit down one session and get it done. Even though I was expecting myself to finish the game like within an hour, for me to be able to finish the game within an hour, but it's like an hour and 50 minutes, but I talk a lot. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I might set this up again. Maybe we'll select a different final goal. Maybe we'll keep Camp Happy Trails and Hans, but change up everything else. Death Wish is nasty. That event is nasty because everyone's just... It's hard to control people when they have a death wish. That's for damn sure. But yeah, that was a fun session for sure. Thank you so much for watching. please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. I truly appreciate it. Happy gaming!